Coming to a podcast feed near you soon.
Madison is on the air.
Do you love old-time radio?
Yes!
You know absolutely nothing about old-time radio.
Also yes.
Then Madison on the Air is for you. Follow Madison, a modern-day makeup influencer, as she zaps back into the golden age of radio. Every episode is standalone with a wide variety of genres to choose from, like detective noir,
You put the dick in private dick.
superheroes,
So I am in the body of the Green Hornet.
westerns,
Saloon fight! Now this is a western.
sci-fi,
Dude, the Martian's got a freaking heat ray!
plus classic characters.
Toto! Oh, I gotta get that dog into an obedience class. Really digging Dracula's OG goth style. What if I killed freaking Sherlock Holmes?
And many more. Actual old-time radio scripts adapted.
It's like if the MST3K riff tracks guys were in the movies they riff.
Start at the beginning or jump around to any title that grabs you. New episodes premiere the first of every month.
Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Akhenar warship! Cease fire! Cease fire!
Humans must be defeated for the glory and honor of the Akhenar.
Yeah. But do you detect any humans inside me?
This is Space Station Lem 5 transmitting on all frequencies. Survivors from any species, please respond if you are out there.
Hey, Lamb. I think you need to add some variety to your show. There doesn't seem to be any intelligent people left alive out there.
But then, what is my purpose?
It's not every day that a spaceship civilization emerges, you know? Also, ladies.
I came here to rally our fleet against a formidable enemy.
All of the General's battleships have been decommissioned and are working as security at our luxury resorts.
They're trying to scrap me alive!
Ha! Take that! Oh, you want some? Yeah! Now that's a hull breach you can show off at a bar.
Guys, I think I found something connected to the species dial.
My God. What if we stick together instead? There could be better ways to get burned, you know?
What are you talking about?
Lowering our shields, dimming our ambient lights, getting cozy.
But we're...
Spaceships, out now on podcast platforms across the galaxy.
Greetings, this is Jim from Strange New Worlds and Spaced Out Tales. We've been a little bit quiet recently, but we have some stuff happening. Bonus content is coming your way. I'll talk shortly about this week's episode because we've borrowed another episode from our friends at Tales from the Author from Giant Monster Productions. But first, mini announcement. Those a little bit close to the show will probably know we've been busy working on a bonus series to add to the feed. We are an anthology show, so every episode in a regular season is usually a completely isolated, its own story kind of thing. But we are expanding on one episode from season 1 because we like the humour and we like the characters. Some of you may be able to guess who it is, but there will be an announcement soon. So just to let you know, we think June 24, so next month from when I'm recording this, you will start to see the first episodes of a 7-episode mini-series appear, and it's very funny, it's very cool, and we are very much enjoying making it. So keep your eyes out for that. There will be more announcements on that soon. But anyway, let's talk about this week. It's Tales from the Author, borrowed from our friends at Giant Monster Productions. Big thanks to Antonio. It is an episode called Glitch. which is notable because I wrote this one. Funnily enough, it was going to be a Strange New World script, but I donated it to Antonio, and he did a really good job on producing it and getting some really good actors involved, and it came out really well. So it seemed like a logical place to nab some bonus content for us. It's quite a good one, even though I say so myself. I hope you enjoy it. It feels like a Strange New Worlds episode, even though it isn't. But do check out Tales from the Author for more stuff like this. I'll have to write another one for him soon. But it's very good. This is Glitch.
The following program contains mature content matter. Listener discretion is advised.
Giant Monster Production presents
Welcome to my humble abode. I am the author, and I'll be your host. Please, have a seat. Now that we are both comfortable, I will tell you a story which I have prepared.
And we are go for launch of the Martian Pioneer space mission. The Red Horizon has cleared the launch tower, the first step on its monumental voyage to the Red Planet. Good luck, and Godspeed.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go for a take. Quick mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we good? Uh-huh, sure. How does the background look? Have you got the logo in shot? You sure? If it's out of focus or anything, then we can't use this, right? Okay, intro section. A mission to Mars. Since the dawn of spaceflight, the human race has dreamed about visiting the Red Planet. By the time you watch this, that dream will be part of the way to becoming a reality. 2 crews of 4 elite astronauts have been training relentlessly for the past 2 years for this moment. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this mission is that neither crew knows which of them will actually be flying the real spacecraft. For one of them, they will become history-making pioneers. The other will be mirroring the mission in the most advanced, ultra-immersive digital simulation ever designed. It's been described as indistinguishable from reality. Although they won't be leaving Earth, the crew in the simulation will be subjected to every single event that takes place in the real mission. The thinking is, should the actual spacecraft crew encounter any unexpected scenarios along the way, the simulation offers a live test environment within which to replicate that situation and safely test out viable solutions. In some respects, it's considered every bit as critical to the success of the mission as the crew actually flying the real spacecraft. We've been given unprecedented access to Crew A over the past month as they prepare for the prospect of either going on the most groundbreaking space mission ever undertaken or unknowingly simulating it. We've recorded with the group as a whole and conducted candid individual interviews with each member of the crew. So, without further ado, prepare to get acquainted with Crew A of the Mars Pioneer space mission. Okay, how was that? It wasn't too cheesy at the end there. Great, I think that's a wrap, guys. Good work. Okay, when you're ready, give your rank, name, and role.
Commander Tanner, Senior Officer of Crew A and lead pilot of the Mars Pioneer mission.
So, you're in charge?
I certainly am.
How do you feel about the duality of this mission? You could be about to fly the most significant spaceflight in human history, but for all you know, you could be the designated simulation crew. How do you prepare for a prospect like that?
We're going to be none the wiser either way. We are professionals. We are treating this as if we are going to Mars, come what may. We intend to take this absolutely seriously from the get-go.
How does the secrecy element of this work? Will you really not be able to tell if you're the real crew or not? It seems unimaginable that you wouldn't be able to determine the difference.
I've been into space 3 times myself, and I've done short simulations in training. The immersion is truly incredible. Honestly, if you didn't know you were in a simulation, it's so realistic, you can't tell.
But you were aware beforehand that those previous simulations were just that?
I was, but this time, I won't have any way of knowing. None of the crew will. We have to treat it as the real thing, because literally, there's a 50% chance that it could be.
First Officer Griffin, second in command, co-pilot.
I understand you tragically lost your wife 3 years ago?
That is correct.
This mission is estimated at being a 5-year round trip. That's a long time to be away from home.
That's just the reality of space travel.
Is going to Mars, further than any human has ever traveled from Earth, part of your grieving process?
I miss my wife every single day. I don't believe you ever stop grieving. But with time, it hurts less. There isn't much on Earth for me right now. We didn't have children. We were planning to, but events took us down a different path. So, I have no solid ties. If I had, I wouldn't be here. But it so happens I'm in this position, so, you know.
Doesn't it bother you that despite all this training and preparation, if Crew A ends up in the simulation, you're not technically going anywhere?
Look, whatever happens, I'll be doing this mission, real or otherwise. I'll still be away in one sense or another for the duration. It makes no odds to me, honestly.
Really?
Sure. And hey, I still get paid just the same, right?
Officer McAvoy, tech specialist.
And mission medic as well, I understand.
I can dispense painkillers and sticking plasters. I think everyone is hoping we don't have any medical emergencies on the mission, or they'll have the misfortune of being treated by me.
But the technical side of things is the primary reason you're here.
Well, yeah. I keep the ship systems functioning in order to keep the crew alive, and to ensure the ship gets to where it's supposed to go. That's pretty important.
And how would you feel if your Crew A turns out to be the simulation crew?
Honestly, I think I'll be absolutely furious.
Officer Bailey, science lead.
So, you're the youngest member of the crew.
Yes.
This must be an incredible sacrifice you're making, to give up such a portion of your young adulthood for something like this.
I'm 24.
Not many 24-year-olds fly to Mars.
No one has ever flown to Mars. I can be on the first group to do so. Would you pass that up?
I would jump at the chance.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't take the opportunity if I knew there was a 1 in 2 chance of not actually going.
It's a flip of a coin, really.
But in the simulation, the pilots still utilize their skills in flying the virtual spacecraft. The technical specialist still works on an identical set of systems. But the scientist, if you end up in the simulation, your role is going to be, well, redundant. I mean, you can run experiments, collect data, but it will be entirely generated in the simulation. It won't have any true meaning. Literally, you'd be going through the motions, completely unaware, being nothing more than the subject of an elaborate psychology experiment. Doesn't that, bother you?
I won't know a thing about it until after.
How do you think you'd feel after?
Ask me after.
Okay, let's get you all in shot. There, guys. Officer Bailey, a little to your left.
Boundaries, please. was.
The lady needs her personal space.
Enjoy it now, while you still have some.
There you go. Okay, now give it your best pose. This is going to be the poster shot. Nice. You look every bit an inspirational leader, Commander.
Well, thank you.
Did you pay him to say that?
Maybe.
Say something inspiring, Commander.
Oh, Christ. Seriously? Okay, I don't know. To space and beyond.
Oh, God. That was terrible.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I'll try again. Right. Serious face. Now, next stop, Mars.
Slightly better.
Only just.
Next stop, Mars. Hopefully.
Shut up, you. Mission log, day 527. Mission proceeding as planned. Calculated course, all good. Still nothing from Earth. Crew are becoming increasingly concerned about the lack of contact from mission control and the sudden cessation of all detectable communication signals from home. All we can do is follow protocol and wait. Tanner out.
Morning, Commander. Coffee?
Had too much already. It's been another long, largely uneventful shift.
Should I bother to ask?
Nope. Still nothing, whatever on comms. It's been over 50 days now.
Yeah, it's a weird one, all right.
Speculation is rife. Bailey is becoming difficult.
Bailey is fine. It's the dynamic between you and her that's deteriorating.
I know, but we're all in the same position. She knew what she was signing up for.
It's McAvoy I have a problem with. He's totally insufferable at the moment.
I wonder if this came up in the profiling. That the two male and female members of the crew would start to get on each other's nerves so much.
Oh, it's all him. He's an arrogant ass.
Stay strong. Don't let him get to you. Anyway, I need to try and sleep. Not that I think I will with all this caffeine sloshing around in me, but I'll give it a go.
Roger that.
Wake me in the unlikely event that something happens. Or if you feel you're about to murder McAvoy.
The commander has got a stick up her ass so big she probably hasn't taken a shit since we blasted off.
Did you get the protocols lecture again?
That's literally all she talks about these days.
It's you. I get on with her fine. Although I've put it down to all these dirty dreams I keep having about her.
Please, I want to keep my breakfast down.
You know me. I have no filter. Look, I'm sorry I don't have naughty fantasies about you.
For that, I'm slightly relieved.
Liar. But yeah, it's the whole science plants thing. It's a massive turnoff. But the commander, she flies the damn ship, and does so in a skimpy flight suit.
By skimpy, you mean the one that doesn't fit her properly anymore?
Weight shaming, a sure sign of jealousy. Personally, I think it accentuates her curves.
You've been out here way too long.
But bloody Griffin? God, I can't stand him.
See, I don't understand that at all. He's such a kind and gentle guy.
Except to me, he knows deep down I'm the alpha male aboard this ship.
Will you listen to yourself?
Seriously though, just like you and the commander, he gives me a hard time every chance he gets.
Officer McAvoy, system status check was due 10 minutes ago. Report, please.
See? Listen to this. Good morning, First Officer Griffin. Apologies. Had to reboot his server as it was running a little slow. It slightly delayed the report. Nothing unusual. Should have that to you in...
That's the 4th time this week.
Congratulations, Griffin. I'm pleased to hear that you're making progress in the art of counting. Fact is, when the servers run slow, my job is to fix them.
You're being objectionable again, McAvoy.
And you're being a prize-winning dick again, Griffin. I've told you before, the servers keep us all alive. They have to be maintained daily. When one of them needs a reboot, I do it, and it's far more important than any box-ticking exercise you're prioritizing on the bridge.
We're all professionals.
Yes, we are. Now, assume that I've spoken to the servers and asked them, pretty please, with a damn cherry on top, play nicely and stop needing a reboot during a report cycle? But guess what? That's just not how it works.
Enough. Send the report as soon as you can. Griffin out.
Up yours, Griffin.
You're mean. You bait him terribly.
Bullshit. He started it. He's like a broken record. Ugh. Speaking of which, still nothing from Earth. Not even TV or radio.
It definitely isn't a EMP burst from a solar flare or something?
Nope, we'd have detected it. A flare that knocked out the whole of Earth's communication would have been massive. There's no way we wouldn't have spotted it.
So something massive has occurred on Earth.
Or, and I hate to say it, we're the simulation crew. And something inexplicable has happened to comms between Earth and the real crew. And they're subjecting us to it to see how we cope.
Ugh, I hate not knowing. It's driving me nuts. When would the simulation have started?
You were there. Both crews retired to their sleeping quarters the night before launch. We all knew we'd be drugged so we wouldn't wake up. I'd assume the real crew got woken up as normal and taken straight to the launch pad. But the simulation crew all got hooked up to the simulation hardware while they slept. So, when they wake up, they're unaware, and they'd proceed to the launch pad in the virtual world, none the wiser. As to which we are. We literally have no way of knowing. However, if they've lost the real ship and we are the simulation, surely they'd have to pull the plug on us relatively quickly. It's been over 50 days.
57 to be exact.
But if this is the real mission, what then? For all we know, Earth has been reduced to a pile of smoldering rubble.
You think they've gone nuclear back home?
Well, political tensions were at an all-time high when we left. Things absolutely could have escalated.
Happy thoughts, happy thoughts.
Oh, what now? Oh. Shit. All crew, please report to the bridge.
Hey, Griffin, what's going down?
I'm not sure. Probably one of McAvoy's damn servers, I suspect.
My servers are fine, thank you very much.
What's going on, Griffin? I'd literally finally drifted off to sleep. This had better be important.
Apologies, Commander. What do you make of all this?
Ooh, that's not good.
Well, that has got to be a malfunction, right? Mars has vanished off the scanner. And as we can tell by looking out of the window, distant though it is, Mars is right there.
Right where?
Excuse me, are you saying we've lost Mars?
That's not all. The scanner's chucking out loads of incorrect readings.
Well, not being able to spot Mars physically could simply be a trick of the light, or a dark shadow cast by one of its moons. From this range, it's still just typically a bright pinprick of light to the naked eye.
Agreed. I think we have to treat this as a system fault.
I'm running full diagnostics now.
I'm sure this is just a logical
Bailey? What the hell? Are you okay?
Did you guys not see that?
See what?
I'm not sure. It was like a glitch.
I didn't see anything. Can you describe it? Did you see flashes of light, blurriness?
It wasn't me. It was everything all around, like static. The entire room glitched just for a fraction of a second.
You'd better sit down, Bailey.
I feel fine. No dizziness or anything.
As no one else saw it, I think we'll have to conclude that that was unique to you. Medical or psychological?
Right. You think I'm losing it? Of course.
Hey, come on. Let's not get carried away. We need to focus on the problems we can see.
Whoa. Lights have gone out. We're on emergencies only.
What the hell? This makes no sense.
At least we've still got the artificial gravity.
And air. Small mercies.
Lights coming back.
Oh. Scanner has gone totally haywire.
Griffin.
Christ, it's lost our positioning altogether. It's spouting a load of nonsense data.
Griffin, Look outside.
Well, that's a relief. At least you can all see that.
What the hell? Those are the wrong stars. Have we somehow warped to another location?
Look, I know we're really not supposed to discuss this, but seriously, does this not appear to be a simulation corrupting?
We need more data, more evidence and confirmation before we speculate.
I guess that might be it.
We've apparently shifted again.
The stars, they're all gone. It's just darkness out there. No Mars, no Earth, no sun even.
McAvoy, anything on systems?
Well, the systems only interpret what they detect out there, which currently is a whole lot of nothing. Obviously, this shouldn't ever be the case. So they're all having a mass freakout.
So, realistic conclusions are?
Either by some tiny probability, we've passed through an unknown anomaly in space, and it's shifted us into some other theoretical dimension.
Or we're in the simulation and everything is going to hell.
I'm leaning towards the latter.
But surely Mission Control would have overridden it by now. If this is a simulation, they must know it's gone batshit crazy and would have pulled the plug.
Unless something catastrophic happened in the real world.
The simulations are monitored by dozens of techs 24/7.
But it's not out of the question. Something happened to them, caused them to abandon their stations, leaving us inside the simulation, right? Hell, they could be dead for all we know.
But surely the power would cut out at some point.
Large-scale simulations consume a ridiculous amount of power, but they do have backup generators. However, in the very worst power failure situation, there will be an SMR.
A what?
A small modular reactor.
Basically, a tiny nuclear power source. Most commonly used in medical equipment on Earth or for low-power, long-range uses out in space. They use them on homing beacons and pulse relays on the moon. Just something that can deliver small power output for an extraordinarily long period of time.
So if we're running on one of those, and no one can physically end the simulation, we're trapped?
An SMR wouldn't be able to deliver all of the massive computing power required to run a simulation of this scale. It's highly likely that it would preserve the immediate environment, but the larger, more realistic scale of it would be reduced.
Well, the evidence outside suggests exactly that.
And, whoa, I think I just had one of those glitches.
That would probably also be a byproduct of running purely off of an SMR. We might expect to see glitches in the environment. Little blips in the power would cause that.
So we all agreed. The most likely scenario here is that we are in the simulation, and for whatever reason, no one outside is willing or able to bring us out.
I'd have to agree with that.
Same here.
I hate to agree, but it's certainly looking that way. What are our options? We must have a way to break out of this thing, surely.
We could, in theory, be stuck here until the SMR finally expends its fuel source.
How long would that take?
Well, depending on the type, it could be literally decades.
What? You're kidding, right?
No, they're incredibly efficient bits of kit.
Well, that's just great.
We potentially have a bigger problem. If this is indeed the simulation, then right now our actual physical bodies are all hooked up to total immersion computer hardware units. In addition to feeding the simulation to our brains and visual and auditory centers, that hardware essentially feeds us intravenously and handles removal of bodily waste. All the things we eat or drink in here, or when we, visit the bathroom, those are just part of the simulation as well. In reality, it's those hardware systems out there that are keeping us alive. They are far more likely to malfunction first.
But wouldn't a malfunction bring us out?
It could, or it could be slowly killing us unawares. We'd have no idea. It could even be happening to us right now.
Okay, we need to get out of here.
Suggestions?
I've got one, but you won't like it.
Try me.
Suicide.
What?
Dying in the simulation. That would have to trigger a subroutine that would break the immersion, returning the person back to reality.
That seems a little extreme.
So, your plans for us to all jump out of the nearest airlock?
It would probably only need one of us to do that. If they wake up back in reality, they should be able to safely release the others from the simulation.
But if, by some incredible means, this isn't the simulation, then we've just murdered one of our colleagues.
Or, if the simulation is glitching and malfunctioning bad enough, it's not out of the question that they could remain in the simulation and end up floating out into the void, trapped forever.
No thanks.
I'll do it.
Are you serious?
I'll even let Griffin flush me out of the airlock. I bet he's thought about it hundreds of times.
Well, that's quite true, but I'd never have actually done it. This is completely different.
Look, assuming I do get out, I'm the only one here who would have the skills to override a complex system such as this to get you guys out safely. No offense, there's a good chance one of you trying to do that would kill the rest of us.
That doesn't sit easy with me, but I think we have no other option.
Are you absolutely sure about this?
Not entirely. But the alternative is sitting here for an eternity having to talk to Griffin. No offense, I'm willing to take my chances.
Well, I don't like this plan. And I won't lie, I like you even less, McAvoy.
It's okay. The feeling is completely mutual.
But if this works, and you get us all out, I might be willing to reconsider my opinions of you.
That's assuming I don't decide to leave you in there, Griffin. I could even switch over your feeding and waste removal tubes, just for a laugh.
Well, it would be one hell of a way to get your one back on me.
Okay, I'm really not sure about this, but I feel we've got to give it a try. Let's head to the airlock. Inner hatch sealed. Are you ready, McAvoy?
As I'll ever be, Commander.
We're all counting on you. Good luck.
No problem. With any luck, you'll be seeing me again real soon.
Opening the airlock now.
Warning. Warning. All personnel. The airlock door is about to open. Warning. Warning. All personnel. The airlock door is about to open.
Shit! It worked. I'm back. My head. It's like the worst hangover times 10. Okay, be brave. You're a professional. Intravenous tube. Ouch! Okay, well, that wasn't so bad. Oh no, catheter tube next. This one might be a little unpleasant. Ugh, bastard! That stings a bit. Okay, let's go for the unholy hat trick. Ugh. I think I shall be unable to sit down properly for a week after that. Right. Well, let's see if I can convince the computer to do all that automatically for my colleagues, because I sure as hell am not going to do that.
Holy shit. I've been through 3 return trips to space and suffered an almost ruptured appendix once, but getting unhooked from that contraption was by far the worst.
Ew, I totally need a shower. Aren't these simulations units fitted with personal hygiene functionality?
I think they were, but clearly that stopped working some time ago. We all smell like a public latrine.
I think there's a good chance we might all need minor medical treatment after this. But count yourself lucky you didn't have to unplug yourself. I'm probably gonna need therapy to get over that.
Okay, now we're all sort of mobile. Let's have a look around.
This place looks deserted. It's no welcoming committee for us then.
This floor is caked with dust. No one has passed through here recently.
Another door? Only way out, I guess.
Ugh, yuck! What is that smell? It stinks even worse than us.
Ugh, it's the canteen. There must be food that's gone bad in there. Probably the freezers have all stopped working.
Let's move on quickly, shall we?
And another door. Man, they love their doors. It's like a maze.
This must be the control room. Everything's dead in here. No power, emergency low-level lighting only.
It's like the Mary Celeste. Like everyone just got up and left. There's paperwork strewn all over the desks.
I think that's a half-decomposed cake. Must have been someone's birthday in the office. Looks like they left in a hurry. To abandon cake, it must have been serious.
And that, I assume, is the way out. It's a very heavy-looking door, no windows. I wonder if we're in an underground complex.
Let's see if we can get this open.
I'm glad it wasn't bolted, or we'd never have gotten out.
A tunnel. Let's hope this leads to the outside.
Fresh air, sort of.
That's quite acrid. It smells kind of scorched.
Almost there. I can see a bit of light up ahead. This is the exit. Come on. Oh my god.
Thank you for listening. I do hope you have enjoyed this story, and please do come and join me again for another tale from the author.
You have been listening to Tales from the Author. Chapter 7, Glitch. Voiced by Kat McQueen as Tanner. Brandon Gamblin as Griffin. AJ Vanegas as McAvoy. Mystic Waters as Bailey. John Kennard as Spaceflight Controller. And Ralph Duke as Interviewer. Tales from the Author was created by Antonio Ferrara. Written by Jim Cogan. Directed and produced by Antonio Ferrara. Editing and audio engineering by Antonio Ferrara with special thanks to Jim Cogan, creator of Strange New Worlds and Spaced Out Tales. Art by Enzo Ferrara. This presentation of Tales from the Author has been brought to you by Giant Monster Productions. Copyright 2024. To contact Giant Monster Productions, email them at giantmonsterprod@hotmail.com. Follow Giant Monster Productions on Twitter at Giant Monster Pro and YouTube. If you have enjoyed this podcast and want to hear more, please subscribe, like, and favorite so you never miss an episode. Thank you for listening.